Arkansas is a state which appeals to tourists from a number of perspectives. Its many recreation areas make it a natural, no pun intended, for hunters, fishers, and campers. Its varied urban activities, from thoroughbred racing and hot springs to assorted entertainment events throughout the state, bring in much needed financial revenue. This program will evaluate 3 tourism videos sponsored in whole or in part by the Arkansas Department of Parks and Tourism. The first is a glossy overview of Arkansas with segments dealing with both the beauty and the Bubba aspects of the state. The second is an older film which does a weak, amateurish job of promoting Arkansas through dream sequences. The third video to be analyzed is more informative in nature, dealing with the history of an African-American agricultural school and its positive impact upon graduates.
This natural state of ours has a lot of history to it. Well, there's Indian history, Spanish history, Southern, Western, Civil War, frontier, Victorian. You can almost take your pick in history, and Arkansas's got a place in it. We're real proud of it, too. And that's why we take such care to preserve the past. Why, there are places in Arkansas where you'd think time stopped, and you're back in another era. And that's especially true when you see Arkansas's arts and crafts. We still make a lot of things the same way they were made back when our grandparents made them. And that's good.
The first video to be examined is titled Arkansas Proud. It is an excellent production, as in 14 minutes it successfully weaves all appealing aspects of the state into an attractive package. Notice how it successfully combines the bustling urban areas with the peaceful attractions of the country.
Frankly, I was transferred here. I didn't know it at the time, but that was the luckiest day of my life. I've lived other places. Of course, they were big cities, but everything I could get there, I can get here. I'm not originally a city girl. I grew up in a small town. Here in Arkansas, I have the big city when I want it, with all the cultural events and nightlife you could ask for. Plus, all the small town things I grew up with. I mean, well, here in Arkansas, there are more small town festivals than you can shake a stick at. Somehow, I managed to get to them all. Well, most of them. I'm glad I got transferred. They tried to transfer me again. I said, "Are you kidding? I'm an Arkansan now." So I got another job.
There are many individuals who serve as voiceover talent for the Arkansas Proud video. Some cater to a more urbane audience, and others are down home. Notice the differences in style between these urban and rural-sounding narrators.
You know, there's a reason we call Arkansas the natural state. I mean, look around you. It's real easy to get away from glass buildings and concrete freeways. It's easy to find some woods, some sky, some peace and quiet. I mean, I can go out into one of the forests here and be completely relaxed because, I don't know, I feel like I kind of blend in. It's like, what do they say, you feel like you're one with nature. I know it sounds silly, but that's the way living in Arkansas makes me feel. Nature is a focal point of our lives in Arkansas, and it's a good life. We're so proud of it, we brag about it. Shoot, when you got something like this, it's worth bragging about.
Last spring, I was out trimming the azaleas by the front door when this couple pulls up in one of those slick European cars, got out and started complimenting me on my flowers. Well, I never turned down a compliment, so we got to talking. By the time we finished, they knew all they needed to know about azaleas, dogwood, and wildflowers. Turns out the poor girl was heartbroken because they live in a high-rise apartment back home and didn't have a yard. So I invited the poor thing in for some iced tea and wrote down how she could grow azaleas on her balcony. Even gave her a bush, well, 2 small ones just to get her started. Well, I got a letter from her just the other day, and she said that I painted such a beautiful picture of Arkansas in the fall that they're coming back for a visit to see our fall colors. And, of course, we'll be getting together again.
When I was a youngster, we'd grab a cane pole and go do some crappie fishing. Or go down to the swimming hole, just dive in. You look at the youngsters today and they're water skiing, jumping wakes, doing some totally awesome stuff. Those are their words, not mine. Then there are those who put the canoe on top of the car, pack up the tent, some good food, and head out for a float trip, or some whitewater. Of course, there are those who still jump in the old swimming hole, or grab a length of cane and line, and you guessed it, crappie. Totally awesome.
The second video sponsored by the Arkansas Department of Parks and Tourism is titled Arkansas, a land where dreams come true. This by far is the weakest aesthetically of the videos to be analyzed. It goes through a long dream sequence where different apparitions discuss the wonders of the natural state. While some of the photography is excellent, the overall scope of the production is not very good.
My job is keeping an eye on the scenery in Arkansas. All day long, all year long. Nature isn't aloof in Arkansas. You'll see a wild deer flash a white tail. You'll breathe the same air a pine forest breathes. Touch a wildflower. Pick up a rare stone. See the sun rise above a mountainside. Then climb up and stand where it happened. Someday you'll thank me for this dream of Arkansas. Wait and see. These are the age-old limestone mountains of the Ozark region of Arkansas. Mysteriously beautiful hills and valleys of ever-shifting moods and colors which change as the sun rises and descends, even as your point of view changes. In fact, each time you see the Ozarks is to see them for the first time.
What the program does do well is show the variety of activities tourists can enjoy in Arkansas. Anything from crafts to, sorry Mr. President, whitewater rafting is available throughout the state. These clips highlight the most effective portions of the video.
One of the foremost examples of a new kind of museum is located in Hot Springs, too. The Mid-America Museum, which instead of roping off its exhibits, encourages visitors and kids especially to learn more, remember more, and enjoy more by playing with all the museum's fantastic toys. Magic Springs is in Hot Springs, too, where the whole family can spend the whole day and have a whole lot of fun. And this is where I call home, Dog Patch, USA, high in the Ozarks.
The most informative video studied looks at the history of an Arkansas educational institution which was called the Fargo Agricultural School. Titled Work Will Win, the program demonstrates how the school was a haven of opportunity for African American students during segregation. It examines both the school history and success stories of its graduates.
When they were here as teenagers, the idea work will win was drummed into them by President Brown at every opportunity, and especially at Vespers.
You know, from many of his lectures, I remember over and over again, you know, the messages of life has meaning, life has purpose, and he often had a phrase called cast down your buckets where you are, and that you can make a difference in your life, and you can make things change and happen for you if you're willing to work hard.
And interwoven through the Fargo experience was the alma mater.
We sang it every time we had assembly, every time we had vespers, whatever. That was one of the things you had to learn.
And so for Othello Faison, and for each of them, the alma mater brings all of it back again.
It just brings back so many memories of championship basketball teams and championship spelling bees and working together in the laundry and working together serving the tables at dining hall, sitting together in study hall after the dinner dishes were washed up and everything. People need to know, need to remember the bridges that brought them over. That's important.
In terms of pure selling power, Arkansas Proud is best at making the state look attractive to tourists. Arkansas, a land where dreams come true, is more of a nightmare regarding its overall production value. Work Will Win is an important contribution to the richness and scope of African American contributions to the state. However, the best state attraction currently might be the 1994 NCAA basketball champions, the Arkansas Razorbacks. Positive publicity surrounding its success could easily become a selling point for future tourism videos. The beauty of victory for Razorback fans no doubt also made the day of Arkansas's #1 Bubba, currently residing in the White House.